that it's true. It's all.
Welcome to the Garden of the Phoenix. This is a Japanese stroll garden, a space for communion with nature in harmonious beauty and contemplation. The Torii Gate marks the transition from the mundane to the sacred. This gate is a gift from Chicago's sister city, Osaka. The size and quality announced that this is an important garden to the people of Japan and Chicago. The path is widening to provide different views, screening some, opening up others. Stroll gardens integrate into their environments with borrowed scenery, like the larger lagoon and the music court bridge in the distance. The view serves to remind us of the open sea and to broaden our horizons. Evil spirits move in straight lines, so the zigzag stepping stones cause any bad energy following us to fall into the water. More importantly, they remind us to slow down and appreciate the garden. The moon bridge completes a circle when it reflects in still water. A complete circle is reflection. The moon bridge is difficult to cross to remind us that the passage between this world and completion or perfection is difficult. The pair of granite stones stretching into the outer lagoon has a yukimi, or snow viewing lantern, to act as a lighthouse of wanderers. The canal passing under the moon bridge welcome them home. Islands in the Garden Lagoon represent the islands where the immortals live in perfect happiness. Mortals can't reach perfect happiness, so can't reach the islands. Vertical stones in the water represent cranes or longevity. The shrubs are carefully sculpted to represent foothills. They are twisted to remind us of endurance through the storms. Tall straight evergreen on the hill represent alpine mountains and remind us of long life. South of the pavilion, a laver, a stone-wash basin low to the ground. Let us symbolically purify ourselves. Plants provide subtle colors changing through the season. Along the daffodil provokes reflection. The Kasuga lantern may date to the 1893 tea house across the lagoon. South of the garden, there's a block of concrete from wooden foundation. The Garden of the Phoenix history. Japanese Pavilion, Columbian Exposition in 1893. After the U.S. ended 250 years of Japanese isolation when it sailed a fleet of gunships into Tokyo Harbor, Japan quickly became an industrial power and decided to show its pride in its history, art, and accomplishments of the Columbian Exposition. The Houdin on Wooded Island, based on the Temple of the Phoenix of 1052 CE, was an homage to Chicago's rise from the ashes and a reflection on the meaning of the phoenix in Japanese culture as the harbinger of an era of peace and prosperity. Because it interacted in harmony with nature, it was the only pavilion allowed on Wooded Island. It influenced Frank Lloyd Wright's building, Hoodin Restoration Tea House added straw garden created 1934. The Hoodin stayed on Wooden Island as a gift to Chicago but fell into disrepair. In 1933, the Palace of Fine Arts was redone in limestone as the Museum of Science and Industry, and Chicago hosted the Century of Progress. When that fear ended, Japan's tea house and Torii Gate came to Wooden Island. The Ho'odin was restored, and the traditional straw garden was created and placed under the care of Shoji Osato and his family. With the bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941, Shoji Osato was incarcerated with over 120,000 other Japanese and Japanese Americans. The Ho'odin and gardens were abandoned. In 1946, the Ho'odin was set on fire. Osaka Garden reborn 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. In the 1950s, a Nike missile base was put in Jackson Park, restricting the area. In the 1970s, with a Nike base gun, Wooded Island became a nature sanctuary. When Osaka became the sister city of Chicago, it invested in the restoration of the garden. Garden of the Phoenix 2013 and beyond. For the 120th anniversary of the Ho'odin, 120 cherry trees were planted around Columbian Basin. Cherry blossoms symbolize the renewal of spring and fleeting beauty. Since the blossoms last just a short time in late March or early April, Project 120 has highlighted the history and importance of the Ho'odin and the garden, and its sitting in the Frederick Law Olmsted design for Jackson Park. It located surviving artwork from the Ho'odin, the Phoenix Ranma panels, now in the Art Institute of Chicago. For more information for the long history of Ho'odin, see www.gardenofthephoenix.org. So this is the Sky Landing, Yoko Ono's sculpture. Sky Landing is her only installation in the United States. The 12 stainless steel lotus petals radiate outward from where the center of the Hoodin once stood. The berms forming the rim of the lotus define the space and lift the viewers toward the sky. They define the wings of the Hoodin. Sky Landing rises from the ashes of the lost phoenix to heal the past. The sky unites the world, and like the phoenix, the landing brings hope for an era of peace and prosperity. So yan lang muna yung mai-share ko sa inyo guys, kaunting kaalaman about sa the Garden of the Phoenix or the Japanese Garden. So maganda dito talaga guys. May lake siya doon. At saka itong kahoy na nasa likod ko guys, look. Ang ganda diba? Ang ganda ng mga branches niya. Although wala pa siyang dahon guys, pero makikita mo ang ganda ng ano niya. Yan lang muna guys for today. So sana na-enjoy niyo yung pasalida ko. Kung hindi pa kayo nakasubscribe sa channel namin guys, please subscribe, like, and share. Thanks guys. Bye. We love you. God bless us all.